This podcast is sponsored by our SA Rock and Metal fans Facebook page.
Strap yourself in
because we're set up, switched on, and ready to go.
Hi there.
How are you?
I'm fine, thanks, and yourself?
I'm good. Welcome to Talk to Trev.
Thank you very much, and thank you for the invite.
It's an absolute pleasure. I mean, it only makes sense considering that I'm doing your distribution for you, so we might as well talk about it, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So tell me, okay, so Muné, right? Firstly, okay.
Yes.
The artist name is it Muné?
The artist name is Muné, yes.
Okay, but it's spelled differently to the second half of your first name.
Yeah, it's only the U. It's instead of the O, it's the U.
Why is that then?
So, well, it's actually Lion Raj. He's my manager. Yeah, the artist name actually, because Lion Raj is my manager. He signed me a while back ago, and then one day he told me, "But listen, I have this artist name for you in mind." And then I said, "Wow, it sounds good, but it's I actually never thought about it like that way, because it's the same way that my name is normally. It's just that little like I said, instead of the O, it's just the U." So.
Yeah, it's actually quite clever. He's a clever guy, though, isn't he?
He is a very clever guy and very, very talented.
He's one of those people that you just kind of meet and you just kind of get on with immediately.
Yes.
Very nice guy.
And for an artist, you have such a big heart, if I can put it like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because it's not every day that someone comes along and tell you, "Listen, can I sign you as an artist?"
Yeah.
So yes, I'm very privileged in that way.
So how did the two of you meet then?
Well, it was in I think 2019. Because he also manages the O'Meal Theater, and there was a lot of times that he held I think it was an open mic night, and I almost didn't wanted to go, but this one friend of mine, she told me, "But listen, man, it will be fun. Let's go."
Yeah.
I said okay. And then afterwards, I think I sang 2 songs that night. And afterwards we chat a bit. And then it was quiet for 6 months, and then it actually started that December 2019. I remember I was still in Hermanus for the holidays, and he contacted me and he said, "But listen, I want to do a live recording of my debut single, Silent Screams. Will you be the backing? Will you do the backing vocals for me?" And I told him, yes, obviously that would be a great opportunity for me as well. And then it actually, from then onwards, it started. Then it was January and February last year. Every Tuesday and Thursday night, we went to the O'Meal Theater, and we, with the band, we practiced there. Yes, and then, obviously lockdown happened.
Yeah.
So because we practiced for his first show that last year, but that obviously couldn't happen.
Yeah.
And then I think it was last year, July, August, when the lockdown levels eased a bit. And I told him that, listen, I think we must do a cover together. I think that would be nice. Because many people said, and especially his wife as well, she told us our 2 voices actually go well together.
Complement each other, yeah.
It complements each other, yes. And then he said, okay, what is the cover I want to do? I said, but I know it's an old song, but I think Photograph of Ed Sheeran is a nice duet to do together. And so we did that, and it's on YouTube and Facebook, my Facebook page as well.
Right.
We received a lot of compliments for that, and yes, and then he told me, but listen, he have the record label, so could he possibly sign me as his first artist? And I said, but listen, you don't even have to ask me twice. I will do that anytime. So yes, that's how that came about.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so everybody that's listening to the podcast, everything will be All the links will be in the description below on the YouTube channel and on the Facebook channel. All the links will be there. So click on those links and go in and watch the video and like, love, share, and do whatever it is that you need to do. But Mune, let's just talk about how you came to be an artist. When did this all start? Way back when?
Well, okay, I know that if you listen to many artists, their interviews, they say, oh, I sang when I was very young. I'm also one of those artists, but actually it started, I think I was about 5 or 6 years old when I first started singing.
Okay.
I could remember, strange enough, I could remember the first, because when I was very young, my parents made the like videos, small videos of me, growing up and singing and so on. And I remember I sang to Steve Hofmeyer. You were, yeah, many of his songs I actually very liked him way back then as an artist.
Yeah.
And and I performed here and there, and my parents wrote me into a music school, and there I did many competitions and many shows, and when people ask me, come and sing at my wedding, I do that, even in churches.
Okay.
So it started from way back then.
So how difficult is it to get established though when you're like just starting out? Like, let's say you're in your teens, right, and you want to, do this as a hobby, and then think about it going into a later sort of into a career, as it were. But how do you, get yourself motivated to do that?
Well, strange enough, I never actually took up music that seriously. Okay, I sang here and there, and I performed here and there. But I never actually, strange enough, I never actually went to college to actually go and do that as a career.
Right. Okay.
I went to UNISA. I studied for social work. So I also have that. And then so there was a lot of how would I say? Yeah, negative experiences I had with that at the time.
Right.
And I decided to go, maybe, but it was before the whole lockdown and COVID situation. I decided to, maybe I need to follow my dream, and that's what I actually want to do. So, but yeah, it's still difficult, especially during these times. I'm still in a how could I say, a twist actually, if I can put it like that, to actually decide between, should I go back to social work, or should I just continue with the music? Obviously, the music will continue. I can always do that as
but you've
on
also
the
got to
side
live
as well. But we also gotta live, and times are tough. So at least I got the degree as well, that I can earn an income.
Right. You've got options. Yeah,
because I've got options at least. But I mean, the music was always have been and always will be a big passion of mine. So that at least will never die. I will always continue with that.
It must be super difficult though. You sit there and you go, okay, well, I can do the social work thing, or I can do the music thing. Oh, I really want to do the music thing, but it's not necessarily going to pay the bills. The social will pay the bills. Don't really want to do that. How do you get the balance right?
Yeah, well, it's like I said, it's I think I've just made during the lockdown, I really had time to think and to reconsider things, and to see what will, because like I said, in the end of the day, it's important, you still need to earn an income. So I decided to actually, because I have the degree, and I paid a lot of money to or my parents paid a lot of money for me to complete that. So I still, I am busy for looking for jobs in that direction now at the moment. But I mean, like I said, I'm still, if it when or it's hopefully a matter of time before we can perform again.
Yeah, that's the crux of the matter, isn't it?
That's really difficult now. So because I really misperforming, and I would like to do, another show maybe. So, but yeah, at the moment it is difficult as it is. But yeah, as soon as we can perform again, I will do that.
Yeah, I mean,
So yeah.
your social media is active as anything, jeepers. But I guess you got to
Yeah,
keep
well,
yourself out there too.
yeah. I'm trying to, how can I say? Can I say promoting myself as well,
Well, you
maybe?
have to, because there's
Yeah,
nobody's going to do it for you, unless you
yeah.
pay somebody to do it for
Nobody's
you, and that costs money.
that costs money, and you don't even know, will the person actually? Because I mean, obviously, there's a lot of people that obviously also take chances these days on
Mm,
the media and the internet. So yeah, you don't know always, if they actually will do their job and promote you.
mm.
So yes, I am trying to keeping my social media active. Yeah, because I never really, I had Facebook and I had Instagram, but I was never really that active.
Yeah.
And yeah, from the time that Lion Raj signed me as an artist at his record label, I decided to, I need to do something. I need to try and promote myself, and yeah, because that's all that you
Well, look,
um
if it ever gets to the point that you need somebody to do the PR for you, I know two
mm,
very good agencies that do that I trust, and
okay.
um, David Devo, who stays in from Devo Graphic PR
Mm-hmm.
and Music Management, and Warren from Plug Music Agency. Those are two massive people in the industry.
Yeah, yeah.
Whether it
Okay.
will be their cup of tea, your sort of style of music, I don't know. I
Okay.
think Warren from Plug Music Agency is far more into his rock and metal. I know Devo
Mm-hmm.
is as well, but he does have other sort of artists. So, just keep that in mind. Whenever you feel like you need to hand the reins over in your PR, I
Okay.
can always hook you up with that, because that's important, and it's super important
Yes,
that your
yes.
socials are like going mental. Because the
Mm,
covers thing that I think that you did this past week was a great idea. Ask people what they want to
yeah.
hear, and do your own version of it. It's fantastic.
Mm. Yes, yes. I decided, I mean, I have time now to do that. Because obviously I'm not working at the moment or anything. So yeah, I decided, obviously as you can see on my social media as well, I don't have that much, although yeah, that much followers, because I'm not like obviously a big celebrity or
Mm.
whatever. But yeah, I'm trying, like I said, you need to do anything that you can to try and yeah, to promote yourself, to get yourself out there.
Yeah, absolutely. Well,
So
I'll off
yeah.
air we'll chat. I'll send you an email or something, and I've got some
Okay.
the contacts that I have, and I'll put you in touch with them for
Okay,
to
that would
send
be
your music
great.
off to some radio stations and so on.
Mm.
So,
Yeah,
and
that would be very helpful.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, you got to spread
Would
the
be
word. You got
awesome.
to do whatever you can do, to get the word out there.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
now a little
Yeah, no,
birdie told me
absolutely.
that you were in the middle of a forest yesterday or something like that, filming a video for your debut single, 24 Hours.
Yes, we were busy with that yesterday. Um, yeah, because obviously you know you put my debut single out there, so 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 yeah, and then Lion Ra said, but no, we need to work on the music video as soon as possible.
Mm.
So yes, we did that yesterday, and what it was, we had a lot of fun there in the forest.
Now,
So
when's this video going to be ready?
well, I'm not actually sure, but I think it would be, yeah, because he's also very busy with his other duties and everything in the week, and his other
Yeah.
jobs that he have to do. So it will, if I have to say, it would probably, let's say, in 2 weeks' time.
All right. Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Right. So
so
I'm
it
not
will
going to hold
probably
on
be
to
ready.
I'm not, definitely not going to hold on to this podcast for the video release. We'll
Yes,
release the
okay, all right.
yeah, that's fine. And also I'll with your permission, Lion Roger's permission, I'll also put the video on my YouTube channel as well, as I've done with all his other videos as well. So
Yes, yeah, I don't think there will be a
spread the
problem
word
with
as
that.
much as possible. That's basically
Yes,
it.
yeah,
So now,
yes.
now that you've got your first single out, now here comes the rub, right? When is the next one
Okay.
coming out?
Oh,
You got
Lion
all this
Raj.
time on your hands now, Simone. Come on now.
Yes, Lion Raj also asked me that same question yesterday. I told him, whoa, 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 hold on a bit. No, I am busy with my second one. I'm just figuring out because the first one was, I wouldn't say it was maybe a bit serious,
Mm.
but it was also it's inspiring, or
Oh
my
yeah,
idea of it was an inspiring song, but it
yeah,
is a bit serious. But now the second one, I wanted to be a bit more, more happy,
yeah.
a happy kind of feel to it. Because if the second one, it just feels to me, if the second one will also be serious, everyone will be like, oh no, she just sings serious songs the whole time. I don't know if I want to listen to her anymore. So yes, but I am busy with that. So hopefully, maybe I can later this year I can release another one.
Yeah, well, that'll be awesome. Because, the funny thing is with 24 hours, um,
Mm.
when LJ, I call him LJ, I don't call him Line Rush. When LJ sent it to me,
Yeah.
I was like, damn, this is actually kind of uplifting.
Mm.
It's exactly the same word that I use, that you just used. No, it's uplifting. It's
Yes. Yeah.
inspirational kind of thing. It's exactly what we need during these absolute mental times.
Yes. Yes. It is. And I was also, can I say, maybe I don't know if it's the right word to use, but yeah, I wrote it during the lockdown. So I was actually inspired. I thought by myself, but yes, our lives all of a sudden it changed.
Mm,
Even though we weren't ready for it or we didn't want it to change, we were forced to actually adapt to those changes.
yeah,
So yeah, that's why I wrote it as well.
yeah.
Um, so yes, but I would actually say it's for me it's an uplifting song. So
Yeah,
it's
you
it's
talk
not
about,
meant to be like a sad song. So
yeah. No, you talk about
mm,
adapting and to the sudden changes that we all had to go through.
mm.
You were singing the background vocals to one of his silent screams on his little concert that he put out, the
Oh yes, the
online
online
thing.
show, yes.
Now, you doing your socials with your covers and stuff like that. Have you thought about doing something similar to what he did there? Do a whole bunch of pre-recorded stuff and make an event out of it.
Yes, I was thinking about that, but obviously I will need his help on that because I don't have all that like the technology to do that and to put something like that together at the moment.
Mm,
So yeah, so obviously I was thinking of that, but probably if I will do something like it, it would be maybe at his studio because he have all the equipment that you
yeah,
that you need for something like that. So
yeah.
so yes, but
I think
but that
it's
would actually be
worthwhile.
nice.
Yeah, it's worthwhile
Mm,
doing it because it's keeping you current. It's keeping you in people's news feeds. So
yes,
it's like a barrage of information. The stuff is there, and people are getting reminded. Monet, Monet, Monet. And I think that's what
yes,
you need to do as an artist. You've got to put yourself out there a hell of a lot. That's super uncomfortable for me to think of doing that, but for you guys,
mm,
it's you have to do that. Now, how do you,
yes, yes,
doing things like that as well, pre-recorded stuff, if there's any mistakes, you can crop it out or cut it out
mm.
and do retakes and all that sort of thing. But how do you prepare yourself, if you're going to do a semi-live thing, how do you prepare your vocals and all of that sort of stuff? Do you have a warm-up routine or technique that you do?
I actually don't have a warm-up specific technique that I do. It's only, if for example, last year the boarding house in Wellington,
Mm,
they they had also like I think they call it jam sessions or something like that.
right.
And I can remember I think it was a Saturday night, and Lion Raj, he asked me if I am interested to perform there because he's also going to sing a few songs. And I said, yes, of course. And yeah, it was like, I think they told me like, I can sing as many songs as I want to. So I prepared a list or a set list for that night. And then what I did that week before the time, I only went through that list the whole time. So I only practiced
Right.
those specific songs that I was going to sing that night. And that's it. I don't like to like practice the day before or even on the day when I am doing a show, because you have to. I believe that you have to like give your vocal cords a rest.
Mm.
So yes, but that's I don't have any like a specific routine that I do before a live show. So
That's
that's
uh,
it.
I actually find that kind of interesting because that strikes with me quite hard, because in between doing podcasts and the last couple of weeks I've done one sometimes twice a day, once a day
Mm.
mainly, and I'm finding because I'm going to be starting a radio station, online radio station, and
Oh
I'm doing
wow,
it.
that's great.
Yeah, and your music is on there, so it's all good, and LJ's as well, so it's all fantastic.
Oh,
Um,
okay, wow.
yeah, and with owning a station, you've got to have content, right? So I'm doing a whole bunch of pre-recorded shows, and
Mm.
I've done, I think, 9 shows, different types of shows. Like there's one called the 80s, one called the rock and metal, and one's called the morning. And I think I've got a super chilled one as well. And I'm just
Oh.
finding my throat is getting more and more knackered and tired.
Mm, mm.
And
Yeah,
I'm
those I can believe that. Yeah.
yeah, and that's why I'm asking. The You've got to look after your throat, your vocal
Mm,
cords, and you've got to
mm,
exercise, and because it is a muscle, it's muscle memory. So you got to be careful as well as a singer, and
mm.
jeepers. Yeah, I mean,
Is
I'm
that
quite surprised you don't have a warm up thing or something like that.
yeah? I think also on that topic. I think it is maybe not that healthy. That I don't have a specific warm up that I do,
Mm,
because I can feel in my voice if I. It also depends on the type of songs that I sing. But
sure.
if
Yeah.
I sing too much at a time, then I can feel, oh, it's not working now. I need to stop.
Yeah.
Even the other night that because I practiced like almost every day. I try to practice at least, and I can feel the other night. I think it was with one of the covers that I put on my Facebook page. Before the time that I practiced it, I can feel, oh no, it's not working tonight.
Mm,
It's I can feel the yeah, it's like it's sore. My throat is sore. So
yeah. Yeah.
but yeah, so I probably, yeah, I think I also maybe damaged it a bit by not doing a practice before a proper practice before the time.
Yeah. Not easy, eh?
But yeah,
Jeepers.
I guess yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So, and
Yeah.
of
No, you
course,
must take care.
obviously, uh yeah, that's true. Obviously, also before the time I try to drink water.
Hmm.
um and even during shows, I also try and drink water, because that also it helps a bit.
Yeah. I drink
So
whiskey, so that's probably where I fall apart.
yeah, well, that's better.
That's
So
much better than
even, yeah,
water, that's for
it's
sure.
funny because yeah, yeah, it's funny because or not every time, but almost, yeah, most of the times when I went to the studio to record my debut single, we drank whiskey,
Mm,
and I find that actually it helped for my voice.
mm, yeah.
So yeah, and it also helped me to record it better. So yes, it's obviously, it's I'm not a big fan of water. So yes, then
What was
I'm
the?
actually forcing myself.
This is interesting now because I guess the reasons why you're drinking whiskey is obviously not only just to relax you, like okay, let's just
Mm,
take a breather and relax and
yeah.
then do a couple of takes and things like that. But you said also helps with the vocals. How does it give it a bit of a raspy edge, the vocals, or what does it do?
Um, yeah, I'm not. It's hard to explain it, but it like soothes the voice.
Hmm.
Um, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
So
sure does.
yeah, it actually, I mean, there's I can spot the big difference between when I recorded and I didn't drink whiskey, between when I drink whiskey while I was recording. It actually, it soothes the voice.
Oh, okay.
So that it's actually interesting. Well, they say whiskey is a very, it's a, well, for alcohol, it's a healthy drink
It's a healthy
that you can
option
drink. So
than anything else.
it's a
Yeah.
healthy option.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I keep
So
telling my doctor, but no, I'm just kidding.
yeah, well, what do they know?
Well, I think slightly more than what
So
we know.
yeah, well,
So what
they're
was
supposed to actually.
what
Yeah.
was the recording process then for 24 hours? How did that happen?
Sure. I think the recording took place in, was it about 2 or 3 months time?
Hmm.
But then, yeah, it wasn't like obviously every day. It was like one time in 2 weeks, say once in 2 weeks time or so.
Yeah.
So it was spread out over a period of, say, yeah, let's make, I think it was 3 months.
Right.
Yeah, and then I remember the final time when I recorded on 24 hours. It was during the night because then I struggle with sinus.
Aha.
So
Okay.
obviously for me, so that's also another problem for my vocal cords. I think that
Mm.
plays a big role.
Yeah.
So then he told me, okay, I think it's better to record at nighttime.
Mm. Mm.
So yeah, I remember the last time. I think the next day we went off to Hermanus for vacation. So I was actually tired the following day, because we recorded. I think it was up until 11 or 12 o'clock, but then it's before the 9 o'clock curfew anyway. So
That's just
before that
crazy.
came into, yes, yeah. I think yeah, let's not get into
No,
that.
let's
But
not.
I think they are manipulating us in many ways.
Oh yeah. Oh
I
yeah.
mean, obviously the virus exists, but they are also using that to manipulate us in many ways.
Yeah, the black
So
market is a thing, You can get anything on the
yes,
black
yes,
market now if you've got enough money.
yes, yeah, no, no,
Hmm.
absolutely. So
Anyway, that's a
yeah.
different podcast altogether.
That's a yeah, yeah. No, that's why I said I think that we shouldn't get into that
No,
because it
definitely
only
not. Definitely not.
when we talk about that then it only makes one angry. So yeah.
It certainly does, yeah. So I mean, you go in and you do what, like three or four vocals, and but I mean, before that, you even get into the vocals. There's the actual music. So who did the music?
The music was okay. Obviously, when I wrote the song, I put the melody to it. So I did that all together, but the actual music and the recording of that was Lion Raj.
Okay.
So he recorded everything from the everything raw, if I can put it
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
And it was so interesting for me. That's why I'm also saying he's very, very talented with what he does.
Mm.
Because I admire him, the way that I remember there was many times when I went during the day, and he said, okay, what must we do now with the song? And he told me, while we were recording, he said, okay, but wait, I have another suggestion. And then he take out for example, the bass guitar, and he recorded like that, just like that, raw.
Yeah.
So, um, so that's why I'm saying he's very talented in that way. I mean, I wish I can just um, um, pick up an instrument and just play it like he does, because wow.
Yeah. Jeez. Yeah, it's not fair.
So
Lion Raj, you hear
yeah.
me? You're not fair to us mere mortals.
You're not fair, man. Yeah, so no, but he helped me a lot in that way. And I remember the way that the melody stayed the same the whole time. Yeah, yeah, very almost the same. I mean, he put in maybe a different chord here and there, but the
Yeah.
melody was the same. But yeah, so he's very. He would tell me, for example, I think we should maybe just make it a bit more give it a folky vibe to it, or a
Mm.
folky sound to it. So yeah, that's very interesting.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
He's infectious character. He's just a fun loving guy. When you speak to him, you just like feel like you can take on the world.
Yes,
That's what I
yes.
like about him. He's just so chilled and always happy. He's
Mm.
never, cross or
Yeah,
mad.
yeah, he would never, yeah, and he would never be, you would never hear like he's like that, he's like a negative person. He's always
Yeah,
positive,
always.
like you are saying now.
Yeah, we need more
So,
people like that in our
so
lives, I think.
yes, especially during times like these.
Oh, crazy,
So
crazy times.
definitely, definitely, yeah.
Simone, we're coming to the end of our chat now. So, for anybody that's listening and everybody that's listening, everything will be in the description below. All the links to Muné's social, YouTube, and wherever else that she is at. So please go and like, love, share, and do what you need to do. It is free; it doesn't cost anything. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. It's free, people. Okay, doesn't cost you anything. Just a bit of time, 1 second. That's all it takes. But Simone, thank you so much for taking the time out during the middle of the week and in the morning as well to have a chat.
No, that's a pleasure, and thanks for having me once again.
It's an absolute pleasure. It's pleasure's all mine. And I look forward to hearing to the next track. And I'll keep an eye on your socials and we'll talk off air about some of the contacts and everything like that. And
Yes,
we'll take it from there.
yeah, sure. And thanks again for the distribution as well.
Oh, absolute pleasure. Thank you very much. It's greatly appreciated. Alrighty, that's it. Thank you
Awesome.
much for joining
All
Talk to
right.
Trev, and keep well, keep safe, and hell, let's just keep having a good time with everything and up on the positives.
Yes, absolutely.
All
Thank
right,
you,
Simone.
and stay safe.
You too. Cheers. Bye.
All right. Bye.